I remember when I was teaching sixth grade and I had one student in my science class and he was like, Mr. Bird, you have to watch Demon Slayer. And I was like, well, okay, I'll watch it because he knew I watched anime, but I wasn't staying as up to date. We'll put it that way. And so the first season had just came out. And he was like, "Oh, you have to watch it." And he was telling me this one anime site where I could watch it subbed, which means it's in Japanese, but it has English subtitles. And so I was like, "All right, all right." And he just kept bringing it up. And long story short, I watched it. And I was like, "Man, this is really good." And so we were talking about this anime, and he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be so great. They're working on season two." And long story short, I started going to the local library and I started reading the mangas because that was kind of how I grew up before everyone was subbing and you're able to stream all these different animes. I would find the English version, that's called dubbed. And so you find the English version of the anime, and that's normally 6 months to a year behind the Japanese version. And so you normally can just go to the library and start buying the comic books. That's what a manga is. A manga is a Japanese comic. I forgot to explain that to you. And so what I would do is I would find the English version, the dubbed version. I would watch the first season, whatever, and then I would be like, man, this is really good. And then I would go to the library and I would keep reading it. And then I would wait for the new seasons to be dubbed, and then I would watch them. Now you're able to access everything, and so you can find people who are just excited about the anime who will personally go and add subtitles, which is phenomenal. But I am just someone that enjoys animes and mangas, and by me sharing that with a student, he then shared something that he was enjoying, and now we're having these conversations about it. And then my second oldest daughter, who just recently started getting into some anime, she had some friends that introduced her to it. And then she was like, Dad, you watch animes? And then we were talking about Demon Slayer. And so now watching Demon Slayer, because you have all the seasons now are on Netflix, so they've all been dubbed, so they're all in English. And then we're waiting on the new movies that come out, and we're going to go watch them together. And it's sort of this full circle thing where the only reason I even knew about it was because of a sixth grade student many years ago. And now my daughter's watching it where she caught on, and she's lucky enough to be able to binge it because they're all in English now because she caught on so late. And she's like, Dad, didn't you watch these? And it's like we're having these conversations. We keep these connections, and you'll always be encouraged by the things that we share in common. That we think these things are, oh, that's just me. It's not a big deal. And then you meet someone and then they share it and you're like, wow, I didn't know I had someone that also liked this thing.